Welcome, everyone, to the Chester F. Awald Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Mountain View High School with REK. I am Andrew Fury. Glad you could be with us tonight. Milpitas in their road dark blue uniforms, gold numerals and trim. Mountain View in their home white uniforms win the tip, and they have the ball first. Here's John McAllister out top and gets it over to Urell. Blake Urell out there with McAllister, Williams, Fitz, and Kevin Ives is the fifth member of the starting lineup. Here's McAllister on the handoff, gets it over to Urell. Good ball movement early here for the Spartans. McAllister has it deflected out of bounds. Wow, they're saying it was Milpitas basketball. I thought it was deflected out.
I think it was deflected out and then hit him in the hand again. And not really an effort to try and save that ball. Maybe trying to trick the refs into saying it was still Mountain View basketball. So
Brian Trin is the starting point guard. Out there with Nick Rodriguez, who's number 5, switched in mid-season to number 5 from number 10. And here's a good feed inside, but missing the layup was West Hankins.
Yeah, really easy look inside there. Just got to take your time on those little layups inside. Some good defense, though, here. First couple possessions by both teams. We'll see if they can keep up that kind of defensive intensity for this entire match.
Now Williams will try a 3 around and out. No good, and rebound inside, brought in by Chuck Payumo. Payumo over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, Payumo, Trin, and Hankins. Along out there with Marcus Rita. Now here's Rita with the fadeaway, around and out, no good, rebounded by Williams. Williams hands off to McAllister. Set the starting lineups down for you. Minute and a half in, we're still scoreless. Here's Ives, left wing. Ives over to Williams, high post. Williams hands off to McAllister around the screen. Step back for a 3, around and out, no good, rebound tips. And it comes out over to Trin. Trin on the giddy up 3 on 2, and his pass deflected around. Both teams starting out poorly.
Yeah, nice job by Urell. For Mountain View on the offensive board, they're tipping the ball out, but all the Mountain View players, maybe per coach's instructions, getting back on defenses. Now we have a steal, what should be an easy layup.
Yeah, and it is for Nick Rodriguez. So our first points of the game come on points off turnovers, or POT as it's known, basketball world. Over 2 minutes in. Here's Urell over to McAllister. 5.5 to play, first quarter. Here's McAllister on the stud. Over to Williams, and he swung around to Urell. Urell to McAllister. McAllister pounding the dribble guard by Trent. Now into the paint, floats one up, way off, no good. Rebound to Milpitas.
Fast pace here in the early going.
Definitely, Trent misses the layup though, almost too fast paced for these two teams. Urell, he'll pull up for a 3. That's way off, and he knew he missed it. Williams off at the board. Inside to Fitz, who missed that. Fitz gets it back and gets fouled. Good effort by Corey Fitz.
Yeah, I don't know whether to call this a fast start or just a frenetic start to the game. There's some good looks underneath for both teams, not quite going, but a nice pass there from Joey Williams, able to get the ball inside. Corey Fitz, nice effort on the second take, getting the foul call.
First free throw is good by Fitz. So it's 2-1 Milpitas early. Possession now favors the Trojans. First quarter action, 5:04 left. And it's surrounded out for Fitz, no good. Rebound deflected out off of the Trojans. It will be Mountain View basketball.
So some nice effort there by Urell. A couple offensive rebounding attempts, just keeping it alive, giving his team a chance to retain the basketball.
And Urell will inbound, gets it into McAllister. Over to Capani, who's checked him for the first time, around and out for Nicky Capani. And it's rebounded by Malone, or make that Rodriguez. Now gets it over to Trin. Back to Rodriguez, inside to Hankins, double comes, he gets it out to Rodriguez. Neither team is very deep, they don't play very many men. Trin a 3. That bounces up and goes through for Brian Trin.
A little bit of a lucky break there, but you're going to see a lot of three-pointers, especially both ways. Mountain View tends to live near the three-point line, Milpitas the same way.
And neither team very deep. These two teams much alike, and they probably know each other well because of that. There's Capani, swung around to Ives. Ives to Fitz for 3, around and out. The one thing about Mountain View is all 5 of their players on the court at any given time can shoot the 3. Here's Payumo, and it's now swung around to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking. Feeds inside to Hankins, turnaround floater, off glass, no, and rebounded inside by Fitz.
Good look inside for Hankins there. Just maybe an awkward angle, turning over his left, shooting with his right. If he had a left-hand move to go to there, that would have been the place to do it.
Here's McAllister. High post, here's to Capani. Good backup by McAllister, but then he loses it out of bounds. Turnover Mountain View. It stays 5-1 Milpitas early as Carl Wilson checks in for the first time in replace of Ives.
Yeah, you could see McAllister's eyes light up as he was looking up towards the hoop instead of looking towards the ball to make sure he corralled it before going up with the easy layup shot.
Normally, Wilson is a starter. Interesting seeing him come off the bench in this game. Here's Trin to Payumo for three, and Payu, yes, for downtown. It is 8-1 Milpitas early. Wilson against full guard pressure, gets it to Capani. Capani up ahead to Fence, and he gets tripped, no foul called, out of bounds off of the Trojans, and will be Mountain View basketball.
Let's take a look at that last three-pointer by Milpitas. Good ball movements, and then the fake pass to the right, and that's what happens when you're whipping that ball around the perimeter. Defenders start to anticipate a pass coming that sometimes isn't there. That's when the pass fake works to perfection, much like the shot fake in basketball.
Chris Malone in for the first time for Milpitas, no relation to NBA great Carl Malone. Here is Capani, and his pass is deflected, should have been caught and stolen by Hankins. Coming back is Malone. Good pass inside to Rodriguez. Rodriguez steps around, then his pass deflected to Malone, lobs it inside to Hankins, and Hankins traveled. Turnover, Milpitas.
Yeah, Hankins, great hands to catch that ball. It was a little bit high, but I think his concentration maybe a little too much that time on catching the ball. Didn't worry about his footwork as much and moved that pivot foot as he tried to go up for the layup.
Jim Fordhofer, head coach of Mountain View, is operates his team much like a football team in that he holds up the plays on a sheet of paper from the sideline, and all five players look at him to get the play. Here's Urel for three, short, rebounded Hankins, and still Mountain View without a field goal.
All these three-point shots just a bit off the mark. They're okay looks for Mountain View. You have to figure they're going to start dropping at some point for the Spartans.
Hankins gets fouled over the top by Corey Fitz, the first on Fitz. First team foul in the half, 2:16 left in the first quarter. Hankins will check out now. Chuck Payumo returns. Also checking out is Brian Tran getting a rest.
So Milpitas a little bit smaller now on the court without Hankins underneath. We'll see if they're going to be able to rebound the ball okay with this undersized lineup.
Also Tony Sauceda in for the first time. And swung around over to Malone for three. Short, rebounded inside by Fitz. Fitz pounding the dribble over to Wilson. Good catch. Now they'll slow things down. Here's Urel left wing. Urel back to McAllister for three. And that's around and out, no good. Malone rebounds.
Can't get any closer than that on that three-point attempt. That's the guy you want taking that shot, McAllister. One of the better players for Mountain View, just unable to hit.
Good spin by Malone and passes to Rita for the lay-in. 10-1 Milpitas early.
Surprised no timeout being called by Mountain View here. Things are getting away from them a little bit early as McAllister, nice break to Urel.
And finally, it took them 6 minutes and 40 seconds just about to get their first bucket of the game, but it finds its way to Urel. Now here is Payumo. It swung around to Malone. Malone to Payumo. Payumo pounding the dribble. It's over to Sauceda. Sauceda spins. Now looking to set up some offense. There's 12 to shoot. It swung around. Rodriguez wants to reload. 8 to shoot. Rodriguez pass inside deflected. And thrown by the Spartans. Here's McAllister to slow things down.
Yeah, Mountain View, a lot more size, a lot more length on the court right now from Milpitas, getting in that passing lane quite nicely. That time is Fitz.
Fitz to Capani for three. Short. Rebounded by Malone. And the shot clock, game clock are even. They could hold for the final shot they want to. Malone isn't slowing down anything. Over to Rita. Rita into the paint, spinning, and and short. Off glass, but flying in for the rebound, and the putback is Rodriguez.
Nice second effort there for Rodriguez. No one boxed him out, coming from the perimeter, getting all the way to the rack. We'll see if Mountain View can inbound the ball. Only 12 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, now 10. McAllister as Urel goes down. Wilson in the front court with 6. You have to hurry. Double team comes, gets it over to McAllister at 4. Over to Fitz, a 3. Back iron miss, and the quarter comes to close. Wow, what action here in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, Milpitas need a little bit more energy, especially underneath. They're getting the ball inside. Mountain View has been content to shoot from the three-point line. And right there, Nick Rodriguez off the short miss from the paint, able to put that one back up and in to give Milpitas a 12-3 advantage.
After 1 quarter of action, it is Milpitas 12, Mountain View 3.
Ever since we moved to the United States, Palo Alto Medical Foundation has been taking care of our health. We love our doctor. She is always ready to listen to us and is very professional and answers all our questions and is very reassuring. PAMF has been there not just for my own family, but for the whole community, whether they're seeing patients or providing doctors for our free medical clinic.
Second quarter about ready to start here from Mountain View High School. 12-3 the score in favor of the Trojans, and a lot of success for Milpitas in that first quarter, mainly off of just hitting more shots than Mountain View.
Certainly, and some ill-advised passes from Mountain View, some sloppy play, and then the three-point shot, I mean, that's where Mountain View lives most of the time. None of them are able to hit, and so you wonder if they're going to start to drive maybe a little bit more here in the second quarter, try to get things going to the rim, maybe get some more free throw attempts. And for Milpitas, I mean, the big lineup, the small lineup, everything's been working for them, especially defensively. They're doing a great job of contesting some of those long Mountain View jumpers.
And Champ Renter, head coach of Milpitas, definitely has to be pleased with the first 8 minutes. Here's Brian Trent, who's re-entered the game with it for the Trojans. Kicks to Rodriguez behind the screen for 3, and he nails it. Rodriguez with 7 early points, and it's 15-3.
Yeah, open 3 for Rodriguez, took his time, and almost getting the steal there, but a little bit of an over-the-back push.
Yeah, it's fouls on Rodriguez, his first, and just the second team foul for Milpitas. Mountain View's just been called for 1 here in the first half, so very good defensive display both ways. It's just a matter of the Trojans hitting more shots.
Yeah, for Mountain View getting to the line, and like I said, not a bad idea here. They've got some good shooters on this team. If they can get them going at the free throw line, maybe that can present itself more at the three-point arc as well.
A good pass inside to Williams, but he didn't catch it cleanly initially, and then gets fouled with the reach-in called on Brian Trin. His first foul and the 13th foul in the half. Urel inbounds to McAllister. McAllister pounding the dribble. Working out top on Rodriguez. Hands off to Wilson. Wilson looks, spins, crosses over, gets it to Urel. Urel, triple threat possession, backs up over to Wilson, pump fakes. 7:10 left first half. Lobs it to Fitz, who pump fakes into the paint all the way. Layup, no, but he was fouled, and we will have free throws.
That's what I was talking about. Get into the paint, draw some contact. We'll see what Fitz is able to do at the line. But some better ball movement there for Mountain View with the pump fakes and then the drive inside from Fitz.
Foul was called on Marcus Rita, his first, 4th team foul in the half. Fitz misfires on the first free throw. Mountain View normally a pretty good free throw shooting team, but has opened just 2 for 4 at the line. And they're down 15-4. Scoreboard in-house still says 15-3. That is wrong. It's now 15-4, and they do fix the problem. Here's Payumo. Back to Rodriguez, swung around to Malone. Malone driving in on Wilson, 3 against 3. Fades, no good. And rebound to Williams. Good move by Malone, he just didn't finish.
Didn't finish, but nice job by Wilson, a little bit undersized. All he can do is stay in front of him, make the shot as tough as possible. Payuma can still get an open look because of his height advantage over Wilson, but Wilson making that a little bit more difficult than necessarily an open look.
Here's Fitz driving into the paint, layup off, back iron and in. 15-6, Milpitas, they've led from the get-go. They have not trailed in this game today. They now lead by 9. Here's Rodriguez, swung around to Tren, left wing. Tren pounding the dribble. Hands off to Malone. A deep NBA range three, around and out, but moving in for the rebound is Rita for the land.
Yeah, not a good job boxing out by Mountain View. It looked like they were in a 2-3 zone there, but couldn't get back, crashed the boards. Some of their players leaking out, thinking about an offensive break after the miss, but that's why you got to pursue the basketball at all times, no matter where it is. And silly decision there by Fitz.
Fitz throws it away to Malone, deep to Rodriguez, and tough catch. His pass deflected, and they turn it back over Williams the steal. McAllister, the senior, slows things down. He's really the engine that goes for Mountain View. He really, when he plays well, Mountain View generally plays well. Urella misses the layup. Come back here to Milpitas. Payuma loses it, and McAllister has it. Both teams sloppy here to begin the second quarter.
No question. But you look at Mountain View, this is a team that features a lot of seniors. Carl Wilson, a senior. Kevin Ives, a senior. Corey Fitz, a senior. So you expect them to not be too panicked about this early deficit they're facing.
Wilson misfires on open three, but rebound caroms over to Corey Fitz. Fitz over to Wilson. Now he wants to reset with a new shot clock. Wilson hands off to McAllister. Pounding the dribble, high post to Williams. Williams to Fitz. Fitz hands off to McAllister. Williams, good feed inside to Fitz. Lamp good, and he was fouled.
Really great pass from the big man there. Joey Williams up top. Saw Fitz cutting baseline. And he threw that pass before Fitz was even completely open underneath and able to knock it home. As you can see, back turn from Milpitas. Fitz giving the signal to throw the ball from Williams and able to put it up in, draw the foul. And Mountain View starting to get something going offensively, and it's been around the rim for them. That's where their offenses come from here.
Fouls on Brian Trin, his second, 15 foul and a half. Free throws good by Fitz. They are 3 for 5 at the line now. 3-point play makes it an 8-point game. 4.5 to play in the half. In the front court, checking in for the first time is Tony Sauceda. Sauceda now has it over to Purification. Here's Malone, spins and falls down but gets it back. Malone lobs it high post to Hankins. Back to Malone on the cut. Outside to Sauceda. Bouncing it over to Purification. Purification in the paint, stops, pops, and it's off glass and in for Daryl Purification, and that was certainly pure.
Yeah, no question. And Purification, nice move, but it also helped that Wes Hankins was back into the game. Mountain View not wanting to leave him alone under the basket, considering his size and length.
It swung around now to Yarel, an open three. Back iron miss, a normally great three-point shooter. Not found the range here in the first half. 19-9 the score.
He's not alone, though. He's not the only one from Mountain View struggling from the outside, but it would be nice to get at least one of these outside shooters going. Maybe it'll be up to John McAllister to start making shots from the outside.
Malone answers with the three. Nothing but nylon for Chris Malone. And it's 22-9. Who would have expected this? Milpitas, about the 45-minute drive here to Mountain View High School, has a 13-point lead. Three for Russert, way off. Skylar Russert has checked in for the first time, fits the offensive board. Now the coach holds up P. They want to run play P. High post, here's Russert. Hands off to McAllister. Over to Fitz, a deep three. Way off. Rebounded last touch by Malone, and will stay with the Mountain View Spartans.
I have no idea what play P is, but that was a pretty putrid offensive set there. It looked like all the players were on the right side of the court. Not much motion, and then Fitz forced to take a long three-pointer there. Mountain View, if they want to be consistent offensively, if they get the ball into the paint more often, they're going to get some better looks from the outside. We'll see what they have in store right here.
Wilson gets the inbound as taking a seat as Chris Malone gave them excellent minutes off the bench, though. Here's Fitz. 2:45 left in the half. It's important key 2:45 for Mountain View. Fitz a three way off, and it will go out of bounds to the Trojans.
Really can't criticize some of these looks. I mean, Fitz right there, that was a wide open, good look at a three. They're just not finding the range. So like I said before, just one player needs to get hot from out there. Milpitas will have to start respecting that three-point line a little bit more.
Now dropping back into a 1-2-2 zone or a 3-2 zone, depending on who you talk to. Hankins has it back to Payuma, who misses the runner. Rebound deflected to McAllister. Champ Rencher looking for a foul call, none coming to his Trojans. Into the front court, McAllister gets it to Fitz high post. Fitz approaching the 2-minute mark, hands off to McAllister to Wilson. High post to Fitz. Fitz hands off to McAllister, who thought about going back door. And now back to Fitz. Pump fakes on the 3, drives, foul line, jumper around and out. No good. Loose on the deck. Fitz has it. Gets it over to Wilson. Arella 3. Got it.
Boy, did they ever need that. Cutting the deficit to 10. Second effort by Fitzo. He's been everywhere. He's been the energy man for the Spartans. And Yarel, talk about needing that 3. Couple misses, bad misses in the first half. But that one goes down.
High post and swung around to Rodriguez. His pass almost stolen. It goes on the back of Russer. Hankins hasn't missed the layup. Gets it back, has it poked away. Payumo into the body. Around and down with the foul.
Looked like Hankins got hacked on a couple of those prior attempts, but Payuma sticking with the play and able to contort his body so he has a good look at the basket while still being fouled. The body bump by Yarel there.
I was just on the verge of saying, as poorly as Mountain View shot the ball, they're only down 10. But Payumo had something to answer for it with the missed free throw. Milpitas now 12. Last foul for Mountain View was called on McAllister's first second team foul. McAllister feeds Fitz. Now over to McAllister, 1:07 to go. Harrell over to McAllister around the screen. McAllister, foul line jumper, back iron miss, and rebounded to Payumo. Rodriguez comes back the other way, gets bumped, no shot. Foul was before. In the NBA that would have counted, but this is high school basketball.
The new college rules, it would have counted too.
Yeah, but not in high school, at least not yet. Maybe they'll change the rules for next year. Foul's called with 54.5 seconds, and the foul was called on Corey Fitz, his second in the third team foul. Hankins then bound, misses the layup again. About 5 misses in close for Hankins in the first half. That foul is called on Milpitas. They still had a foul to give.
Yeah, nice inbounds play call there from Milpitas. Before Mountain View was even set, the ball was lobbed up to Hankins. And again, good look underneath. I'm sure that Milpitas will take that every time to get that kind of shot.
Fouls on Chris Malone, his first 16 foul. McAllister gets them out against full guard pressure over to Wilson. There's about a 15-second difference, shot and game clock. McAllister in the front court, accelerates into the paint, kicks Russer a 3, short. Rebound and tipped around, and Malone has it. They can play for one if they want to, they don't. Here's Hankins, good catch, missed the left though, tip up, around and out. Rebound underneath, fouls called on Mountain View on the rebounding action, I believe. And Sauceda can't believe that shot didn't go down.
Yeah, a couple great attempts, and you see the ball hang on the rim for what seems like ever for Rodriguez. Just not their possession that time. You can't get any closer, but you wonder, they could have played for about one shot there if throwing the ball up with about 30 seconds to go with a smart move.
KMVT Sports would like to thank our All Sports presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, part of the Sutter Health Network. Choose your PAMF doctor today. Well, that last foul apparently was called on Milpitas, not Mountain View. And it was called on Nick Rodriguez, his second, 7th-team foul on Milpitas. 1-on-1 free throws here for McAllister. And an opportunity to make this a 10-point game again. 24-12, Milpitas leads. 27.9 left in the first half. But he misses on the front end. I don't think Mountain View can have shot worse in this first half, and they're still only down 12.
Yeah, but psychologically, if they're down 14-15 going into the half, that's going to be tough to overcome. Let's see if they can get a stop, maybe a steal here. Cut this to 10 before the half. Milpitas wise to just take that last shot with about 2-3 seconds to go.
Malone around a screen, kicks a 3 in the corner for Payumo's an air ball. Hankins off at the board and lays it up and in. Makes it 14-2-1. McAllister for three-quarter court offline. And we have reached halftime of outstanding first half put in by the Trojans. They lead by 14.
Yeah, and for Milpitas, I mean, defensively doing what they want, forcing Mountain View to take some contested three-point shots for the most part, defending that 5-out offense that Mountain View plays quite well, but you can't expect Mountain View to shoot that poorly in the second half. Let's see if Milpitas can withstand maybe a Mountain View run as we head to quarter number 3.
So we are at halftime. Back with second half action in a moment with the score. Milpitas 26, Mountain View 12.
As a busy mom of 3 kids, I find it extremely convenient to access My Health Online. My Health Online's messaging service allows me to keep in close contact with our doctor.
Being able to email the doctor with questions gave us assurance that they do take an interest in the patients. That's why we've been with PEN for more than 10 years and keep adding members, the newest member.
KMVT15 Silicon Valley Media is a nonprofit community media and television station that has been serving the community since 1982. Each year, KMVT trains hundreds of adults and youth in video production, claymation, field production, and digital literacy. In 2012, we launched a $500,000 Go Digital Capital campaign to begin upgrading our analog equipment to digital. This would allow us to stay current with the technologies that folks utilize in their everyday lives. We want to thank the City of Los Altos, Cupertino, and our volunteers for supporting our digital campaign. In doing so, last year we raised over $125,000, which allowed us to begin crucial upgrades to our studio. Our first upgrades began with a brand new control room and a digital switcher. The digital switcher allows us to provide green screen opportunities, live interactive productions utilizing Google Hangouts and Skype, and to stream live to YouTube and Ustream. The monies raised also allowed us to put the same switcher into our production truck that allows us to provide full coverage of local sports with a 3-camera replay system. Our other large investment was a full digital playback system. The system allows producers to submit digital files from home. We can run the channel for a full 24 hours. We also are streaming on peg.tv through Roku. This offers our producers a much wider distribution platform to a much larger audience. All of this has been made possible in the last year with your donations. As our campaign continues, we need to upgrade the rest of our equipment to high definition. The next purchases will be cameras, lights, and audio gear. Please support KMVT15 in raising its next round of funding to complete its Go Digital Capital campaign. Thank you again to our supporters for understanding the importance of these upgrades. By investing in KMVT15, you are enabling us to provide low-cost training, new technologies, and a community voice. Again, we thank you for your support. Donate today.
Okay. Welcome back here to Mountain View High School, ready to start the third quarter. And immediately a turnover for Milpitas. Forcing the turnover on Mountain View, they missed the layup and attempt underneath the fence. Fence up ahead to Urel. Urel driving baseline all the way, lobs it out to McAllister, fumbled it, and gets it back. McAllister to Urel for 3, way too short, an air ball, and rebound inside by Sauceda. Gets it over to Matthew Ferguson. Ferguson on front court. Pounding the dribble. Ferguson looking. Over to Sauceda, inside to Hankins. Hankins, good catch. Over to Sauceda, runner way off and rebounded Fitz. Pounding the dribble is McAllister. 7:13 and counting to go in the third quarter. 26-12 Milpitas now. Urel with it. Over to Ives. Ives to Urel. Urel pounding the dribble over to Ives. Ives pounding the dribble over to Urel, an open 3. Back iron miss. Rebound deflected, and it's loose out of bounds off of Fitz. It will be Trojan basketball.
Fitz, though, again, attacking that offensive rebound. It's just too bad. No shots falling for Mountain View, even here to start the second half.
So here's Brian Trent in the front court. Trent pounding the dribble. Now feeds low into Hankins. Hankins spinning, good move, up and off the back rim, no good. Rebound deflected around, comes to McAllister. Foul's called though, and it's on Milpitas. Called on West Hankins, his second first team foul in the half.
So we'll see if Mountain View can get anything going offensively here. Wonder if they're going to change their offensive sets a little bit. Milpitas kind of had that 5-out countered in the first half, and we'll see if McAllister can get anything going. He's kind of the leading scorer for Mountain View. We'll see if he can initiate any offense driving to the rim.
And here's a pass deflected, comes right to Williams, who spins, layup, good! for Joey Williams. 26-14 no score.
And you can hear Joey Williams, a crowd favorite at Mountain View. Nice spin move. He knew what he wanted to do with that basketball all the way and set up the defender nicely to get himself a clean look at the rim.
High post, here's Hankins. Hankins, a jumper, good. What a shot by Hankins. 6 minutes and counting to go in the third quarter. Doubled up the score as Milpitas at 28-14. Williams over to Fitz into the front court. Fitz stops, looks, over to Williams. Good feed to Urel, baseline jumper, way too strong. Fitz turns, spins, floats one up, no, but a foul's called.
I think Fitz was a little surprised after he felt a little bit of a foul there. He was open for an easy two-point shot, but let's take another look at that Joey Williams spin in the lane. Beautifully done, nice hands, and then he's just gonna set up the defender there, go to his right, strong side of the hoop, and able to bank it off softly off the glass.
Fitz makes the first free throw, get another. 28-15 Milpitas. 5:41 left in the third quarter. Hankins, Payumo, Tren, Christian Mahia, and Ferguson on the court right now. Front court goes Trent. Trent pounding the dribble. Swung around to Mahia, who pump fakes, drives, spins, forces one out, and a foul's called on the baseline on Corey Fitz. The third foul on Fitz. First team foul in the half.
That's big going forward. Fitz has been the instigator for Mountain View. Need to keep him on the court for this entire second half to get any shot at a comeback here.
Pass deflected out of bounds off the steal. And we have a foul call.
Yeah, Ferguson went over the back there. So a little bit of foul trouble here for Milpitas. We'll see if Mountain View will be shooting free throws at some point in this half. That could be key coming down the stretch. Mountain View only down 12 now. They're right back into this ball game.
Yeah, certainly if they can get a couple scores here. Urel, right wing. Urel, over to McAllister. McAllister holds over to Urel. Urel to McAllister. Pounding the dribble, over to Ives, back to McAllister, guarded by Mahia. Hands off to Urel. Urel lobs it to Williams, pump fakes on the three. Gets it out to Urel around the screen, pump fakes. Back to Williams. Williams has to fire the free short. Rebounded by Ferguson. And he attacks into the front court. Here's Mahia. Good feed inside to Scrumpos, who lays it up no good, and a foul's called.
Yeah, Scrumpos using that big body of his to get position. And it's tough to stop. You really either have to foul him when he gets that position down low or just let him get the two. Probably a better choice to make him make the free throws there if you're Joey Williams.
Fouls on Williams, his first and the second team foul of the half. There's a missed free throw by Scrumpos. Jason Scrumposa Jr. missed the fired on the first free throw. It's right now 28-16 Milpitas. Now 29-16 Milpitas. 4:49 left third quarter. Full court pressure again for the Trojans. Inbound goes to McAllister. Lobs cross court to Ives. To Fitz. Fitz in the front court. His pass deflected. He gets it back. Over. And he throws it out of bounds off of Urel. And the Mountain View coaching staff can't believe what's happening right now.
Sometimes that's what a press will do. It'll speed you up a little bit, even if it doesn't directly cause the turnover. Sometimes unforced turnovers come because of the pressure that the press is having on your team.
3-2 zone here now for Mountain View. And Mahia gets it inside. Here is Scrumpos. Pump fakes. Layup good for Jason Scrumpos. 31-16. Things starting to get away from Mountain View. They need to run and they need to push before the end of the third quarter badly. Ives gets it over to Urel to McAllister. Setting up the play. McAllister pounding the dribble. Bouncing it high post to Williams. Williams to McAllister. McAllister looks to Williams. Williams around the screen looks. Pass deflected, stolen by Scrumpos, and another turnover.
That pass was open in the first half, but that time Milpitas ready for the McAllister cut to the rim. That play had been working with Williams on the top of the key, being the facilitator for Mountain View. Still not a bad idea. Williams shown he's a pretty good passer for a big man.
Scrumpos no good on the fall away, and McAllister rebound. So 3:40 and counting left third quarter. 31-16 Trojans. And right now the situation for Mountain View is they need to run and they need it fast before the third quarter comes to an end. Urel over to Fitz. Fitz pounding the dribble. Step back long two. Short. That's been the story. Just no shooting offensively for the Spartans. Here's Malone, and his pass deflected and stolen by Urel. Bad decision that time by Malone.
Kind of surprised the Spartans are slowing up this much here. I mean, they're down 15. It is only the third quarter, but you think they'd play with a little bit more sense of urgency.
Here's McAllister, cross court, fits, pump fakes. Swung around, three on the way for Ives. Back iron miss and rebounded inside by Raymond Singalang. Singalang up ahead to Ferguson, who misses the layup, rebounded by Fitz. McAllister slowed things down, but down 15 with just over 10 minutes left. Things need to probably be sped up. McAllister driving baseline in on Scrumpo, stood in a foul!
Now that's called putting some spin on the basketball there. McAllister went out. You know you want to see a replay here. McAllister driving baseline. Pretty much avoids the contact, actually. Not much of a bump there from Milpitas, but draws a little bit of contact, enough to draw the foul, and then able to get that right hand up from under the basket, put some top spin on the ball, and get it to go down in the hoop.
Yeah, he put some English, some Italian, some French, all sorts of languages on that ball to get it to go down.
The whole European content, I think.
Yeah, probably. Here's Scrempos after the missed free throw. Bleed at 13. Swung around to Mejia, three, way short. Rebounded inside and it's batted around and comes to McAllister. So down 13, still plenty of time, but Mountain View has to string some scores together. This foul, by the way, was called on Mejia for Milpitas, his third. So thing to watch there. McAllister to Urel. And those threes blocked by Malone. It comes down to Malone. Malone up ahead. Good pass to Ferguson, who weighs it in.
Yeah, nice job there from Rita first blocking the shot, then coming back, great pass inside, and then Ferguson, this time, not out of control, gets the layup to go.
A dangerous pass there that's deflected out of bounds. Off of the Trojans, it'll stay for Mountain View. Carl Wilson returns.
You can see McAllister a little angry with his teammates there, thinking they weren't in the right positions. But Rita, wow, what a pass right over McAllister and Ferguson. That's how you want to run the break. Run directly to the rim there so that when you catch the pass, you're in prime position to lay that ball up and in.
Wilson has it now on top. Guarded by Ferguson. There's McAllister to Wilson. Wilson to McAllister. He'll take the deep three. Good! And John McAllister, I feel it, baby. He is warming up. Ferguson in the front court lead at 12. Now the challenge becomes for Mountain View. Can they get a stop? Malone. Malone holding high post to Scrempos. Scrempos, hands off. It swung around to Ferguson. Now Mejia. Inside to Scrempos, turns on Williams. Good floater. Wow, Scrempos has a display of move down low that is very good for a high school basketball player.
No question, but if you're Williams, you want to make him make it with his left hand. He's looked a little bit more shaky going left so far in this game. That right hand, though, deadly as we saw there from the baseline.
Urel with it, 45 seconds left in the court. Crosses over Mejia. Williams to Wilson. Pounding the dribble to Capani. Now here's McAllister. Back to Capani for three. Just can't get it. Way too strong. About out of bounds to the Trojans. Thanks to the Palo Alto Medical Foundation for their continued support of KMVT's high school sports coverage. 33.2 seconds left. Milpitas calls a timeout. And here are the standings for this SCVA Albianza League records. Mountain View coming in 1-1 in league. Milpitas at 1-2. A 10-4 overall. Homestead with the best overall record, however, not best in conference, which goes to Los Altos so far at 2-1. Coming off a big win over Palo Alto, who are now also 2-1 in league play. Those two stand top the SCVA Albianza League team. They played a great game back on Wednesday night. That was won by Los Altos up in Los Altos, but they'll meet again in Palo Alto at the end of the season. Always
surprising when you see Palo Alto with a 7-7 overall record. That is a basketball powerhouse, to be sure. Yeah. So you expect their record to get a little bit more juicy after some league play action here. But those are probably the two best teams going into this season.
Yeah, definitely. And the main part of it is a lot of returning players for both of them that played varsity last year, and that always certainly helps some experience, because though there's nothing like playing in a game at the varsity level, certainly on the bench getting a year to watch it is certainly a useful tool there. Playing for the final shot are the Trojans. Malone actually not playing for the final shot, takes the shot. Terrible shot. Not what the bench of the Trojans wanted, but now McAllister turns it over to Payumo back the other way. And he drops it off, a bad pass to Singalang, and ricochets over to Mahia, misses it. Singalang back with it, and he gets fouled. He'll make that Payumo. 4.3 seconds left, and Milpitas on 14.
Well, sometimes questionable plays get rewarded, and I'm not really sure what Milpitas was doing in there. They call a timeout. Looks like they're going to get the last shot of the half. Then they take a quick three, but it all works out thanks to some good defensive effort, creating the turnover, and getting to the free throw line is Payuma.
Payumo makes the first. It's 36-21. So on the verge of being a 16-point game heading into the fourth, and now that is the case. It'll set up a whole lot of work for Mountain View to do. Free throws are good, 16 points to lead. Urel will inbound, gets it to McAllister. McAllister has to hurry at three. McAllister, and a foul is called with 1.7 left in the half. It is only the 15th foul of Milpitas, so no fouls, free throws yet, but still an odd foul. Foul's called on Payumo, second.
1.7, plenty of time to catch and shoot, especially near the three-point line.
McAllister catches, fires, and it's blocked by Malone. Half or quarters over. So at the end of three, it is 37-21 in favor of Milpitas.
Yeah, 1.7 seconds. McAllister could have had a pump fake there, still gotten that shot off, but decided to just pull the quick trigger to no avail.
And at the end of 24 minutes, it's 37-21 Trojans.
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong. Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The action team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
Welcome back to Mountain View High School and Chester F.A. Walton Memorial Gymnasium for the fourth quarter here between Mountain View and Milpitas. With REK, I am Andrew Fury. Glad to have you alongside us on this Friday night, January the 17th, 2014. Here is Payumo, cross court to Malone. Driving all the way, but missed the dunk. Bad decision that time for Malone. He's played very erratically in this game.
Yeah, I didn't know Christian Rita had that kind of hops in his game. Small guy, but able to get up and almost throw it down. I'm sure the Milpitas coach, Champ Retcher, would like a layup, though, in that situation. Still plenty of time left.
The points much more important than the style that they come in. McAllister driving baseline out to Fitz for three. Good for Corey Fitz. Maybe their shooting can wake up here in the fourth. That's their only hope to come back in this one, now down by 13.
Yeah, I mean, the three-point shot is what's going to get them back into this game, and they have plenty of shooters to make that happen if they start to get hot in bunches here.
Here's Malone, a tough fall away and gets fouled. A terrible foul that time by Nicky Capani, his first 14 foul in the half.
Yeah, got to keep your hands straight up there. Capani leaning over a little bit on the jump shooter. Even if you don't make a lot of contact, that's going to be called a lot of times. And a little bit of a push there underneath by Blake Urel, so kind of a double foul on that play.
Almost, but I've heard many viewpoints on the double foul. Some think it's terrible that why someone had to foul someone first, and some believe that if they're really both pushing and shoving, there should be a double foul called. So it's whatever you believe, it's up to you. Splitting the free throws, though, were Malone, so the lead at 14. McAllister in the front court. Milpitas led by 13 at half, and there's a steal by Malone. Malone all the way, will lay it up and in this time.
Yeah, there's the layup that Renter probably wanted to see out of Rita. I mean, you can get a little too excited, up 14, up 16. You got to still play under control, make sure there's no chance of a Mountain View comeback here if you're Milpitas.
So there's Carl Wilson. 6:35 left. And there's another steal. Here's Malone all the way and dunks it this time. Lead at 16.
Wanted to prove us wrong, wanted to show everyone, I guess he can dunk, and that's going to lead to a timeout from Jim Flothofer.
Wow, Malone showing hops on that one.
Let's see that throw down again, as Reed has been all over in the passing lanes, gets the steal. This time, great look at the rim and the one-handed jam. And for Milpitas, we haven't seen a lot of takeaways like this, but they've kind of been setting themselves up, playing off the Mountain View players, especially far away from the basket with that 5-out offense, making sure they were underneath. But here in the fourth quarter, Rita overplaying the passing lanes a little bit, getting a couple steals, getting out of transition, and pretty much putting this one away from Milpitas. It will take an enormous Mountain View comeback now to get back in this game.
And probably part of a little bit of a collapse here by Milpitas to do that too. I mean, definitely going to need help. Will the Spartans to come back in this one?
Yeah, Milpitas for most of this game has actually been very secure with the basketball. They need to continue that. The free throw shooting's been a little shaky, but when you're up 18 with 6 minutes to go, you don't necessarily need to make all your free throws down the stretch. Just make about half to a little bit more to kind of put this game away. I would expect the Mountain View to start fouling fairly soon, because Milpitas has shown they can score in the half court. They can show on the fast break. I'm not sure this Mountain View defense is going to be able to stop Milpitas without starting to foul at some point.
And KMVT thanks our sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, for bringing you this season of high school sports coverage. Choose your PAMP doctor today. 6:25 left. It's 42-24. Trojans with the lead now. And a miraculous comeback is necessary for Mountain View to win this one. They're going to need to outscore Milpitas by an average of 3 points a minute to do so. McAllister guarded by Mejia. Hands off to Urel. Urel to Capani. Capani looking to Wilson. Had it poked away. Loose on the floor. Ferguson dived for it. Rodolfo would make that Payumo, and it was out of bounds. Last touch by Payumo, but good hustle there.
Yeah, no question. And again, overplaying those passing lanes, Milpitas is starting to get into Mountain View's heads. I'd expect Mountain View at some point to recognize that, maybe make a back cut to the hoop. That's been really open with all this aggressive defensive effort by the Trojans.
There's Ives to throw it in. Ives looking, gets it to Fitz. Fitz hands off to Wilson. Over to McAllister. McAllister to Wilson. Wilson stops to McAllister and tried to feed Capani on the backup, but he was held. That's why he didn't get through. 16th foul on Milpitas. Foul's called on Chris Malone, I believe. No, they're not going to get Malone. They're going to get, who are they going to get? They're going to get Raymond Sangalang with the foul, and a good back cut to Fitz, who lays it in.
That's what happens when you front your players trying to get in those passing lanes. That backdoor cut open underneath. Fitz has been doing that all game long, gets another bucket. This might be a little bit too late, though, for Mountain View.
Definitely now down 16. Who would have saw this coming with Mountain View playing at home? But he outside to Malone. He'll take a contested three, around and down for Chris Malone. You can tell he's a little bit of an erratic player at times, but certainly has the green light from Renter.
Yeah, it's streaky to say the least, but Christian Rita has been all over this fourth quarter, offensively, defensively, doing it all, and now we're going to get an easy layup for Aves.
Yeah, Kevin Ives lays it in, down to 15 at 45-30. Now back the other way. Make that 17 at 45-28. Right now, and there's a back cut to Malone, who lays it up off glass, no good. Rebound deflected around to come to McAllister. McAllister drilling up the right wing. Now feeds Capani, who fumbled it. Capani back out to Wilson, swung around to Ives. Now Fitz pump fakes. Fitz drives, stops, lobs it to Wilson. Ives, McAllister driving all the way, lays up, no good. Good ball movement, but at some point someone's gonna have to take the shot.
Yeah, McAllister kind of fumbled the ball going up, didn't have a great grip on it. That's what forced that missed layup.
And here is swung around to Payumo. Now here's Sangalang. Sangalang hands off to Payumo. Over to Malone, another contested three, air ball. That's what I mean. One shot he's outstanding, one shot he's not even close to the rim. One dunk he missed badly, and the next dunk he put in. There's a foul on the outside, a terrible foul by Mejia. Not a smart play at all. And that sends McAllister to the free throw line for a one-on-one.
Yeah, no reason to foul here. Looks like Milpitas putting in some scrubs. And probably will expect Mountain View to do the same at some point here. You know, it's interesting. I mean, Milpitas did a great job. This was a fairly large crowd on hand for this game. And they did a good job of taking them out early because this crowd didn't get into many plays. I mean, excited by some of the Joey Williams moves inside. But going on the road, that's so important to get it out to that early lead, and that's exactly what Milpitas did here today, to get Mountain View off kilter and playing from behind this entire time.
Making the first was McAllister, and making the second does as well. 45-30 in favor of Milpitas. Still a long shot to come back and win, but anything is possible in the game of basketball. We know that. There have been teams come back from 8-point deficits with 30 seconds left before, so anything is possible. Here's Sangalang, good pass. That was screaming inside to Ferguson, who gets fouled.
Yeah, and Kapani's going to learn this is twice this quarter he's done that. Kind of went over the player instead of keeping his hands up, just trying to make the Milpitas player make a contested layup. Kind of bumped his body into him as well, leading to the free throw attempts.
Ferguson misfires on the first attempt. He'll get another. This to make it a 16-point lead. That was the score, or the margin at the end of three. And he restores that 16-point game. 3:56 left. And then for Kapani, that was his second, 15 foul and a half. Ives will inbound to Fitz. There's Wilson. Wilson pounding the dribble to McAllister. McAllister accelerates into the front court. McAllister splits the double team and then had it poked out of bounds off of the Trojans. Stay with Mountain View basketball. Batting it is Ives here. Ives the trigger man against this box set. And he lobs it into McAllister. Good catch there by McAllister. McAllister stabs all the way into the paint. Good, poked away, and another foul is called. Suddenly, they're working their way to the free throw line when they hadn't through three quarters.
Yeah, McAllister aggressive here in the fourth quarter, trying anything he can to keep his team in the game. And for Milpitas, on plays like that, you want to get your body in front of him, not just slap the ball, try and create a turnover that way. Just make him make a tough shot. That's got to be your goal if you're the Trojans.
And this game is brought to you with help from our presenting sponsor, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation. Sutter Health affiliate, choose your PAMF doctor today. For Christian Mejia, he is now fouled out. Fouls out with 8 points. Most of that, if not all of that, in the first half. McAllister makes both. Lead still at 14, 46-32. 3:40 and counting left. Ferguson in the front court. Ferguson bounding the dribble. Bouncing inside the scrub post, who had it off his knee out of bounds, and a turnover for the Trojans. Not what you want with a 14-point lead.
Certainly not, and kind of not a common play for Scrempos. His hands have been great this entire game, but that time he looked up at the basket before he caught the ball, and the pass was a little bit low for the big man to handle, and another foul, another trip to the line for Mountain View.
Exactly. This is a very bad foul by Chris Malone. Milpitas has just not played very smart basketball since they got out to the 18-point lead and forced Mountain View to call a timeout. Where it almost looks like they are the team playing from behind instead of the other way around. Fortunately for Malone, it doesn't cost the team any points. But the miss at the foul line. Malone stutters. Stand and throws it wild, and now he turns it over.
What are they doing?
This is yeah, I have no idea, but not sure what Mountain View was doing either. With that kind of alley-oop pass to someone who can't dunk. That's not smart play either way.
You can see Champ Rencher on the sidelines telling his team, calm down, calm down. Use a little bit of shot clock. Don't have to shoot within 5 seconds of taking the ball with a 14-point lead.
I mean, playing with the lead is harder than it looks. But seriously, this has not been very smart basketball by Milpitas. There's Scrempos who lays it in, and that was an excellent possession for the Trojans. Lead at 16. McAllister drives, kicks out to Wilson, an open three. Good. Lead down to 13. Not done yet, 2.5 left.
Yeah, Wilson hasn't had too many jumpers attempted in this game, but that time got an open look from the three-point line, able to knock that down.
2:20 left, and here is Sing Lang. And he turns it over. McAllister the stealer again. Now they might want to push down 13. Still possible, though. McAllister all the way, gets fouled. Another foul on Milpitas. McAllister will be at the line shooting 2.
Yeah, Christian Rita has been kind of one of the big culprits for Milpitas, taking the ball down, kind of being ultra aggressive with it when he didn't need to be in that time. Fouling McAllister, kind of reaching in, trying to swat at the ball again, when maybe if he just sets his feet, takes a charge. That's a turnover. It's McAllister all the way. He was going up to the rim. You could see it. That was his intent for sure.
McAllister made the first and makes the second. 2 points there. Lead down to 11. This is the closest they've been, talking about Mountain View, since it was 39-28 back early stages of the third quarter. Now there's high post to scrum post. Double team comes, and he throbs into no one. Wow. Trojans are disintegrating before our eyes here with an 11-point lead. Full timeout called for Renter.
I got to be honest, I did not see this coming.
Yeah, no.
Milpitas had been incredibly secure with the basketball up to this point. But that's all changed here coming down the stretch in the fourth quarter.
So we'll take a break with them. Coming down to the wire here, a minute 54 left, 48-37 Trojans.
Mom,
What?
you can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
So a minute 54 left, 48-37 in favor of the Spartans. Or make that the Trojans. Spartans will have the ball, though, out of this timeout. As just seems Milpitas forgot to play basketball ever since they took a 42-24 lead.
Yeah, and we'll have to see now. Mountain View probably will start pressing aggressively down 11. They still need a couple turnovers probably to get back in this game completely. But the way Milpitas has been throwing the ball around, I'm sure the coach is laying into them now. Make smart passes, don't get caught in the corners. But it even hasn't been a lot of that. It's been just sloppy turnovers where Milpitas hasn't been forced into making these tough passes. They've been doing it on their own, kind of allowing Mountain View to get back in the game. And then on the Spartans side, John McAllister, kind of the leader of this team, taking over, taking it hard to the rim every time. Milpitas has to find an answer, whether that be doubling McAllister, letting someone else beat them, or just allowing him to get to the rim perhaps. He hasn't been finishing all the time around the rim, but the fouls, sending a good free throw shooter to the line, stopping the clock is not something you want to do if you're the Trojans.
They've been doing that all too often. They had about 14 fouls with about 6:25 left in the fourth quarter. That means they've committed 16 fouls in the last 5 minutes when they had that 18-point lead. McAllister to the front court. McAllister pounding the dribble, crosses over, kicks out to Wilson. Now they need to score. Wilson over to Fitz, pump fakes. Fitz stops, back to Wilson. Someone's going to have to take a shot. Floater in the lane, around and down for Carl Wilson at single digits. They can probably play one more possession without fouling and hoping to get a stop. It's Ferguson over to Skrempos, and suddenly the crowd's alive again. Skrempos down the lane, floats one up way too strong, rebound deflected to McAllister. Back comes the Spartan. Don't go away yet. Ives into the paint all the way, fouled as it was blocked up top. This right now is a current 15-6 run for Mountain View and could be worse.
Yeah, let's take a look at Ives taking it to the hoop. We haven't seen that out of him today. Kind of content to look at the three-point line. Didn't look like much of a foul there up top from Rita. I think it was called underneath.
Free throw's good by Ives. Makes it an 8-point game all of a sudden. After a moment to go, it seemed like it was impossible to come back. It was 18 with 6:25 left. In the ensuing 5 minutes and 15 seconds, it's been now a 17-6 run. Oh my goodness, we are in for a great finish. And off the quick inbound, Malone gets fouled by Fitz. For Fitz, is his fourth. and the 16th foul. They just did that really quickly to get into the bonus. Now from here on out, Milpitas will be shooting free throws of the one-on-one variety, at least initially.
And now with the crowd really back into this game, those free throws will not be easy. It's going to be a lot of noise in these Trojan ears as they try and convert on these free throw attempts.
Good catch by Malone off the inbound, and a foul's called. Malone will be at the line shooting a one-on-one. I believe they got McAllister for this one. For McAllister, it's just his second. 17th foul on the Spartans. 1:07 left.
And now if you're Mountain View, if he misses the free throw, boxing out so important. Got to get a good body on Jason Scrumpus, as he's a big load inside, and now Joey Williams coming back into the game. Probably a good idea to get this defensive rebound.
Definitely. Especially with what Williams is capable of.
He takes up quite a bit of size down low there.
Yeah, free throw is good, and Malone will get the bonus.
Nice touch there by Malone. Not easy, the one-on-one, all the pressure on that first free throw to at least get one out of this trip to the line.
This to make it a full 3-possession game, and it's good. He makes them both. 50-41 the score. They're rolling it inbounds. Ferguson makes McAllister pick it up. McAllister in the front court, stop. Now accelerates, and he kicks out an open three. Good for Corey Fitz. We are down to 6. Timeout Mountain View. Oh my goodness, 58.2 left, and Mountain View's on a run.
You can see they tried to double McAllister up top. They were so concerned McAllister getting to the hoop. Fitz open in the corner. He's been hitting that three ball here in the fourth. He's been everywhere on the court, and now 2-possession game, a steal, and or maybe a couple missed free throws, and boy, Mountain View is right there. Still a whole minute to play. Seems like an eternity the way this game has been going.
So we'll step aside as it's a full timeout for the Spartans. 50-44 with 58.2 seconds right back after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are back with the concluding 58.2 seconds. Milpitas with the ball up 6, but it's been a great run here the last 6 minutes for Mountain View. And Malone gets fouled again. He is their best free throw shooter. So no surprise that Mountain View wanted the ball in the hands of Chris Malone for another one-on-one. But however, 2 more fouls, including this one, will be one-on-one for Milpitas, and that always puts more pressure on the shooter, no matter how good of a free throw shooter he is. 18th foul that time, and the first on Carl Wilson. First free throw is good by Malone. Will get the bonus. Ice water in his veins here.
Yeah, maybe those first 2 free throws calmed him down a little bit. Looks like he's got a good rhythm at the line.
With the crowd up and anxious for a miss. Good. Malone's 4 for 4 at the line now. They pick up a little token full guard pressure. Wilson gets the inbound. They're going to need to score again. Hurry. Here's a pump fake for a Fitz. Side set 3. Almost baked it in. No good. Rebound deflected to Malone. And now things really difficult on Mountain View as Malone gets fouled again. Good look for Fitz. He just missed it too strong.
Yeah, I think Fitz maybe a little bit more comfortable with the catch and shoot there. That time he had a pump fake, make a move to his left, take the 3, and couldn't square his body quite at the rim. Almost banked it home, but quite off the mark to the right. So we'll see again if Rita can make some free throws here to give the Trojans a sizable advantage.
So Rita at the line, 101. Rims it in, he'll get the bonus. This is definitely the guy Milpitas wants at the line. 53-44 Trojans.
And for all of Rita's faults here in the fourth quarter, he's come up with some big-time plays. That's what you get when you get a volatile player like him. He can take over a game, kind of win you the game in the end, as well as perhaps lose it, as he was doing midway through this fourth quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Against full guard pressure, Wilson man down. 45 seconds left. Wilson over to Fitz. Fitz looking, hands off Wilson. Wilson a 3, almost baked it in again. Rebound deflected to Scrumpos. That could be the game. Ives fouls Scrumpos, who will be at the line shooting 2. 10th team foul on the Trojans.
Yeah, nice job, Milpitas, expecting that three-pointer. That's what Mountain View needed to get back in this game. They were playing for the 3. Contesting Wilson, who's not that tall. He was forced to take a really tough shot there. That again almost banked in, but just hasn't been Mountain View's night from beyond that line.
Yeah, when you know things aren't going your way when you have one made field goal in a quarter That's what Mountain View did in the first quarter. Between the first and the third quarter, so essentially half the game, Mountain View has a grand total of 3 made field goals. That's really where the problem started. Skrempos makes 1 of 2. It's now 55-44. Favorite Milpitas lobbing it to no one. I don't know where he was looking. Now the game's essentially over. The Jim Fordoffer, Mountain View coach, is saying no more fouls. Malone, all he has to do is get in the front court and the game will be over. About a half a second difference, shot and game clock, and Milpitas will improve to 2-1 on the season, or make that 2-2 in conference play on the season, while Mountain View will fall to 1-2.
Yeah, impressive win for Milpitas coming in to Chester F. Awald, winning in convincing fashion. The final score won't quite tell you the margin that was for most of this game. A nice run by Mountain View at the end, but this one was really all Milpitas from start to finish.
Clock runs out, which probably shouldn't have happened. There was still probably 0.7 left on the clock, but the margin is such where it doesn't matter, and the referees let the game clock expire. As the final in this one, Milpitas 55, Mountain View 44.
It continues a tough season for Mountain View. I mean, falling to 5-10, this is a program that's had some success in the past, 21-5, 3 years ago, 21-6, 2 years ago. You know Jim Forthoffer's a pretty good coach. He'll get these guys back, but it's disappointing. This is a senior-driven team, and I'm sure they had bigger expectations going into this year, so another disappointing loss for them on the season.
Producer and director for tonight's game was Bobby Chastain. On cameras, Ted Melke, Shirley Meacham, Renee Mendoza, and Joe Eichholt with Karen Solheim. And special thanks to Mountain View High School for making this broadcast possible. Now for my broadcast partner, REK, I am Andrew Fury saying so long from Mountain View High School, where the score, the Milpitas Trojans 55 and Mountain View 44.